The first of 10 items Ronaldo has that cost more than your life is his $500,000 purchase, which literally sets a global record. When playing for Juventus, Ronaldo had the deal of a lifetime, a $117 million deal, and all he had to do was buy something. That's why he went to his jeweler and ended up purchasing the most costly Rolex watch in history. He splashed over $500,000 on the most costly Rolex ever built. The Giant Master 2 Diamond Automatic is a magnificent watch with an 18-karat white gold casing that is totally coated in the greatest quality diamonds you can imagine, and it was purchased by Ronaldo shortly after. The watch's value surged, making it one of the most sought-after pieces of jewelry on the market. But this is nothing compared to the $4 million he spent on his wife, Georgina Rodriguez. Georgina was surfing through Instagram when she came upon a Cartier post promoting a very unique diamond ring. She made an innocent comment with love eye emojis beneath the post, and one of the benefits of dating Cristiano Ronaldo, rather than a regular guy like me, is that he can basically afford anything. But when Ronaldo spotted her comment beneath the post, he knew precisely what he had to do. Indeed, you guessed correctly. He purchased Georgina the exact diamond ring she saw on Instagram. Ronaldo paid $872,000 for this ring, but that's not all. She also received a Patek Philippe watch worth $60,000, a diamond bracelet worth $50,000, and a $140,000 handmade Louis Vuitton jewelry box. Yes, I believe this is the best method to ensure that your girlfriend will accept your proposal. Nicely played, Cristiano, but this does not add up to $4 million. Visit now? Her entire jewelry collection, however, does not, and REO paid for the majority of it. Even with all that jewelry on her, she will always be Ronaldo's. Just genuine treasure for her. Now, since we're on the subject of treasures, consider what Ronaldo has. That is correct. It is literally maintained in a museum, guarded by security personnel. Look, Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or twice in a row while still at Real Madrid. These were the fantastic years when Ronaldo reigned supreme in the Champions League. As a result, he wanted to commemorate his victory in conjunction with Nike, who opted to create a bespoke boot for Ronaldo. Nevertheless, this was no average boot, man. No, this boot was fully iced out with little diamonds all over it. It's completely insane. Here's what Nike had to say about the footwear. The tiny diamonds are byproducts of larger stones. The diamonds are painstakingly honed and the intricacies sharpened tiny pieces of cut by craftsmen. Leaving minuscule diamonds behind is proof of ongoing activity. Can you guess what it costs? Fill in the blanks with your response. The answer is actually pretty startling, because no one knows for certain. Nobody has been able to place a price on the boot since it is so valuable and unique. But we do know the cost of Ronaldo's amazing yacht. When Ronaldo was at Juve, his career was doing so well that he was making more money than ever before after winning the Sire 2 years in a row and many brandings. The term insanity refers to the act of committing to something. Pun meant to do this. He lavished $12 million on a yacht. It comprises 5 cabins, 6 bathrooms, a kitchen, and a bath. That sounds like it's 6 times the size of my apartment. To be honest, I have no idea how much he has to spend to keep this beast running. When he's not cruising the ocean, he's driving some of the most costly cars ever built. Ronaldo has had a passion for cars since he was a child. He had always wanted to drive a supercar, so when he started making serious money as a footballer, he wasted no time. He acquired some of the world's most luxurious supercars, you name it. And Ronaldo most likely has it. Lambo's amusement. He possesses 2 of them. Please, Ferrari, give him something more difficult. I mean, the man literally has 3 Bugattis. But by far the wildest is his Bugatti Gentle the Edge, which cost him just over $8 million for a single car. Who with their right mind would spend that much money on a car? Of sure, Ronaldo, but these cars pale in comparison to the $60 million. He spent his money on spaceships. Ronaldo travels to a new city or country almost every week, so he decided he was weary of first-class flights and needed to upgrade to something even more luxurious. So he spent a whopping $32 million on a Gulfstream G650 private aircraft. It even has his own logo, because everyone, including birds in the skies, needs to know to whom this PG belongs. But I said 60 million, not 32 million. So where are the missing 28 million people, you might be wondering. One expensive private plane would simply not suffice for Ronaldo. Then he purchased the second one, a Gulfstream G200. He just listed this plane for sale, and according to a few sites, he's looking to acquire an even bigger, more luxury, and of course, more expensive plane now that he's residing in Saudi Arabia. But Ronaldo's most expensive possessions far outnumber everything I've described thus far. The next items on his list cost him almost $160 million. Can you imagine staying in a hotel one night and falling in love with it so much that you decide right then and there that you want to run your own hotel? That is how Ronaldo's CR7 lifestyle hotels came to be. He rapidly made contact with architects and constructors all over the world to build his hotels, and he now has a couple of them in places like Lisbon, Paris, and New York. Each of these locations cost him around $40 million to construct. But I suppose that's what happens when you sign a billion-dollar contract with sportswear behemoths. Speaking of hotels, Nike, you'll be surprised to see how much Ronaldo paid for a 3-bedroom apartment in New York. Oh, yes, we all know that New York is pricey, but it's completely insane. Do you know which skyscraper Ronaldo chose to invest in? You are correct if you said his fellow billionaire, Mr. Donald Trump's tower. It's a pretty luxury apartment with a stunning view of some of New York City's most beautiful sights. But I'm sure all you want to know is how much he paid for this relatively modest apartment. The answer, of course, is $18 million. A 3-bedroom apartment costs $18 million. That's $6 million per bed, which is more than most players spend on mansions. However, Ronaldo just listed the condo for sale at a significant loss, pricing it for only $8 million. Thus, if you have some spare cash, you can stop by. Ronaldo, this is the best deal you've ever had. Even more surprising is the amount of money he just paid for a mansion in Portugal, which ended up becoming the most expensive house in the entire country. Although the disagreement between Ronaldo and Erik ten Hag intensified, there were many reports that the superstar wanted to return to his first ever sporting club. These rumors became very true when Ronaldo purchased the most expensive property in Portugal, and the price prompted me to take action. Remember how much he paid for his 3-bedroom apartment in New York? He spent even more on this property, a whopping $22 million, but at least it had more than 3 rooms. I'm sure there's some sort of explanation for the discrepancies in markets and such, but what do I know? I'm not a billionaire. Yet the next item on this list is the most bizarre of them. This one could only be found in a Mr. Beast video. Do you recognize the name Jorge Mendes? During the majority of Ronaldo's career, he has served as his agent. He orchestrated all of Ronaldo's major movements, and the two have formed an unbelievable friendship over the years. So when Jorge announced that he was finally marrying, Ronaldo wanted to do something very, extremely huge for his agents. He could have done a lot of things. He could have purchased him a lovely, but not a crazy home or an excellent timepiece. Ronaldo desired to go much further. Everyone was surprised by what he ended up buying for Mendes. He spent a stunning $50 million to buy Jorge Mendes a private island. Yes, you heard correctly. He literally purchased an island. This has to be the largest wedding gift I've ever heard of. Obviously, I could go on and on about Ronaldo's possessions. Therefore, if you want me to do a part 2, let me know in the comments. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe.